Welcome to On Your Image with Dr. Fungai Mtisi, where we discuss issues that happen in our societies. The mission is to transform individuals to become better people in terms of culture change, reputation management, and any other positive benefit that we can derive from these discussions. It is every parent's dream to send their children to the colleges and universities. However, these young adults are encountering or facing many challenges that we are here to discuss. And in the studio, I'm joined by Marianne and Natasha to discuss the challenges that are faced by ladies in the universities or colleges. Welcome to the studio, ladies.
Thank you.
Marianne, I want to hear from you. What was your dream of being at university?
Well, when I first got to university, I thought it was going to be a walk in the park. When I got my acceptance letter, I thought it was just going to be like, the degree is already there and I'm already graduating. I was actually planning on my graduation party. So I thought it was going to be that easy.
Okay, that was your dream university life. And now what's happening on the ground, Natasha?
Oh, it's not easy, trust me. We face many challenges, like you have to study very hard for you to pass, even to get a chishiri. You need to go through sleepless nights and financial challenges we cannot begin.
What is chishiri?
That's like a C in high school,
Okay.
the lowest grade.
Okay,
We call it chishiri, it's a 3.
okay,
So if you get a chishiri, it's more like you have failed. But if you sometimes, when you start go to college, you think getting a chishiri is a fail. But then as time goes on, you realize that it's a pass. Like you can actually celebrate for getting that chishiri.
Marianne, let's talk about the actual challenges that you experience when you're at university as a girl child.
As a girl child, there are so many challenges we experience, mainly financial challenges. I think every girl goes through those. When we come from home, our parents expect us to be content with what we get. We get tuition, we get accommodation and fees. Parents nowadays think if you get fees, you're very privileged and everything goes well for you. But then we have other needs.
What are those? If Natasha may also come in, what are those financial challenges that you meet?
Okay, first of all, our assignments are printed. So you need money to print every day. You're saying you have about 7 modules and you need about maybe 2 assignments per module. Right now, board paper is very expensive, meaning to say it's expensive to print your assignment. So it's hard and you need to buy food. You need money for food, for other stuff. You're at college. You need to make your hair done, but your parents will think these are just silly things. You have to be content with what you have. You have to know your background. All this. Yes, we know our background, but then sometimes you just need to look presentable among your peers.
Any other challenges, Marianne?
Yeah, we have other challenges such as peer pressure. We get, in relation to this financial challenge, you have friends who get other things that may not be seen as necessities. Some things that may be seen as luxuries. Getting the latest hair done, getting the latest phones, getting your nails done. You tell my mother I want my nails done. She looks at you like, you're a child. You're a student, focus on school. But then you don't understand that as a child, I might be needing some of those things just to fit in with the crowd. So as a girl, you find yourself having those challenges where you don't fit in with the crowd and you just want to fit in with everyone else. And then you end up going an extra mile to acquire that money, that financial subsistence to actually fit in with the crowd, which is at times becomes a burden in the end, which leads to people getting, that's another problem, suicides. We have many cases right now of teenage women getting pregnant and getting infected with diseases such as HIV and STIs. You go an extra mile to get that financial fund so that I can have Natasha's hair when I cannot afford. And then I get involved with someone else's husband, and then they leave me pregnant. they deny the baby, I cannot go to my parents. And then I have only one option, that's to kill myself. I think it's better to kill myself than to bring a kid into the world just to suffer. So sometimes it emerges from those small things, such as financial need.
Natasha, do you have time to discuss with your parents what you're going through and the challenges that are on the ground at college or university?
It's not easy to go to your parent and tell her, oh, Mom, I want this. They think these are petty things. So sometimes you just end up not discussing them, just letting it affect you as you go on trying to make ends meet, and then you end up doing places. Then you're not dying, or you're not committing suicide because you're not infected, or you're not have a pregnant, unwanted pregnant. And then discussing them with your parents, it's not an easy task. We all know our parents, they are more traditional, and you cannot tell anything or him anything which is more financial. It will all go back, like, know where you come from, know your background. We know our background. We're not saying we don't know it, but
okay. So do you think it helps for probably the institutions to have a formal communication of your demands? Like, instead of you telling them, the university actually taking the responsibility to ask for that maybe money to cover your expenses or your demand as the students?
Yes, I actually think nowadays if we had that formal communication whereby the institution talks to the parent or guardian regarding our needs, our basic needs, our extra needs, it would make more sense rather than me going to my mother and asking for money to get my hair done. She'll actually tell me, you want to attract people. You're missing the goal of education in your study. You want to attract people when I just want to be presentable. So I think it's better that the institution communicates with the parents concerning these needs.
Okay. Natasha, from the research that we have done, it has been proven that if parents take care of those things like hairstyles, the dresses which are trendy, then your attention is divided from focusing on education. You now want to look like a slay queen, you want to look polished, and as a result, you attract men and get into marriage or probably in families before you are prepared. What's your comment on that, Natasha?
Actually, I'd like to disagree, because the moment my parents feel comfortable to providing me those things, then I have no reason to look for them outside to attract anyone, because I know I get them from my parents. If my parents get me the hair that I want or the phone that I want, it's now something that I know I can get anytime I want. So I focus more, like, I'll have this dream to be more like my parent, to provide for my kids. So obviously I want to be successful, so I'll study hard just to be like my parents or more than my parents, because they provide for me, and I also want that for my kids.
Marianne, as we close off, is it not possible for you girls to find some piece jobs during the sim breaks so that you can compensate for the things that you want?
Right. With this current economy, with the state of this economy, I think it's impossible, because people with degrees, qualified people with degrees, are failing to acquire jobs. What more me without even a degree? Go looking for a job. It's even more difficult to do that.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much, girls, for coming. On Your Image with Dr. Fungai Mtisi. Please join us after the break. Welcome back to On Your Image with Dr. Fungai Mtisi, where we are discussing challenges that are being experienced by university or college students. And now in the studio, I'm joined by Ziwai and Tanya. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Dr. Mtisi.
I want to hear from you as boys, your challenges.
What I think is the major problem that I faced was peer pressure. I remember when I was 1-1, my friends were saying, if you want to join the crew, you're supposed to smoke weed that's banned, yeah? Right? So for you to join the community, the crowd, and for you to look gangster, you're supposed to smoke weed. So I think the major problem was peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Yes.
Sivai.
Mostly chinyanyonetsa college is not all about assignments, but pane sometimes yekutoti life yandorarama ndiriko, like if you are looking at me, I'm 26, yeah, I'm already grown, ndinodawo zvinhu zvekufarawo kuita sei, but like I'm at college.
What do you mean?
I'm at college. So sometimes ndine nchidawo time yekuti ndaswera ndiri pamabhuku, concentrating with the books. After I'll be expecting kuti ndichabudawo ndichangononakidzwawo kurefresha mind, because reading without playing makes jacket our boy zvinotonetsa.
Alright.
So
ngatimbotaurayi nevasikana, imi muri vakomana, muri kuona vasikana vari muuniversity nemalecturers, research yaitaura kuti malecturers vari kudana nevasikana, imi sevakomana munozviona here, muri kure zvenyu?
Yeah. What I experienced is sometimes when I'm at college, you mix with so many friends, but my friends among them, my girls, mostly my ladies. Yeah. So my lecture, if I want that lady, maybe Arkumudo, Antok Venkresh also, then Bono that your assignment is missing, your coursework is missing. So for you to do Quanum that society, you have to friends nan lecturer.
And michitumwa kune vasikana inini.
Yes.
Because research yakaonesa kuti imi vakomana ndimuri kutumwa kune vasikana, muchinonyenga vasikana vachizodana nalecturer, zvichidaro zvinhu zviri kunyatsoitika here? Sivai.
yeah, sometimes zvinoitika paripo pekuti like as a guy we go to clubs, tinomixa nema-lecturers, we drink with the lecturers, some of the times tinototaura. Then inongouyawo nyaya pakati, musikana akadai no ndokuitirai. As for me, will be trying kuti ndipasewo, nditoda kupasawo, ndinokuitirai ndowirirana nayo and stuff.
Zvotoita.
Zvotoita and stuff. Ndinotaura nemusikana kwaariwo, it's a challenge. Tese tichienda kucollege to expect kupasa.
Saka semastudents hamuna here platform yamunokwanisa kutaura zvinhu izvi, munozombotauranawo here mega amongst yourself to say, ish, this is actually a job and a half?
Yeah, we have some platforms that we can communicate with, guys, this thing at church, but mostly apana mnandaku abuse in that way. If you look at my colleges, kuna ma SRCs, kuna ma church, on campus, Scripture Union, but my campus is not my own campus.
Okay.
So my own campus, that's when we present our problems. That from there, one to put my leaders edo.
All right, Ziva, you've spoken about extra curriculum activities at university. Say time your World Cup, muda kuona bora, or kuni some competition, some vibe in the country. As students, are you given that opportunity and privilege to enjoy those?
Yeah, that one is a big challenge.
How so?
There's this time mostly you find out us as guys, we enjoy sports, soccer and what. There's this UEFA Champions League. Everyone is a boy, a fan of soccer and ona UEFA. And UEFA times netko kunze ne partners on board. It will be late. That's where ndiverenga ndichita say, then ndakutoto myself, ndakufila free ndakunona board. Then ndichona bora, we will be celebrating. Of course, the game kana ndiri mu school campus rechitwa ku DH.
All right.
Ndiri mu DH tichiona bora, they will say ma celebrations enyu after score yapinda mukuita noise. But it's something isingabatsire muchikoro vanonditi pinda by 10. Ukapinda after 10 unobhadhara a fine yaunobhadhara kuti wakanonoka kuuya unosubmita your ID paningiri. But the game ratanga na 10 mondidzimira TV, you'll be expecting ndita say.
All right. So emotionally, how do you feel? Do you feel kuti it can depress you actually to say chikoro chacho achichanakidza?
To a great extent, it will be depressing me, because at my age ndenchifunga ndoda unona bora ndoda kudai kana pa age yangu ndine 26 mwana ane 18 chaya ndonza akufanira kuita zvinhu zvakati ine 26 ndichirambidzwa izvi ndinoti ndiri kuitei panobva patondibowa pachikoro pacho.
All right, let me bring back nyaya yeweed yembanje yaya. Saka uri kutaura here kuti zviri kutoitika zvinhu izvi mauniversities nemacollege vanhu vanotoputa fodya kuti tikwane museko yevamwe iyoyo.
Okay, so weed should kill my students more. Why? Because kuti ufare uscope on nakizo, you're supposed to smoke weed, you're supposed to take weed. So zakto urema my students. nyango behavior chaiyo yakutofa.
Saka mukureva here kuti muma-institutions umu hamuna ma-systems ari in place to monitor that. Mune muchizviitira kupi zvinhu izvi? Muma-hostels here kana kuti kuma-grounds kana kuti matobuda mucampus zviri kuitika nechepapi? Because ini ndakaenda kuuniversity ndotoshaya kuti zvinhu izvi zvaiitika pai, pamwe ndaitojambwawo newid.
Yeah, some of the times it's not kuti ndichitora hangu zvotaura necolleague yangu like zvewid zvinotombopindawo mandiri. One of them ndinotopupurawo kutoti neniwo I even join kuti ndisute the thing chikuitika. Even vamwe they will say ukatoputa this thing you will be concentrating on your books and stuff, but zvaindikurirawo manje kuzoconcentrate nebook. I was like ndaurara zvinotozondiremera, but noida kungokwanawo muhambo the thing. Saka some of the times it will be kana kuti after school kana kuti makuseni muchida kutanga school munongobudawo newako munongoziva pachikora hapana anoda kunzi wakapusa. Everyone you'll be like ndiripo pavamwe ndikwane pavamwe. So pakungobudawo nevamwe do it like this zvinobuda zvinoita sei, and then you'll be joining wototanga kutongoti. Some of the times zvinogona kubudira zvinogona kurambira. As for me, it's not a failure.
As we close off, I want you to talk to the parents about the experiences and what you wish to have kana muri kuchikoro.
Yeah, to my parents, first thing chandingati ndo the best communication with the parents. We have to communicate with our parents. Not I don't remember ndakaita a conversation with my dad.
Uchivaudza zviri kuitika.
So I think there should be time with my parents vanoona nevana vavo kuti get together.
Thank you very much. And Sivai?
Ya kumaparents chandongoda kunyanya kukurudzirawo maparents echingoti patinenge tichibudawo chienda kumauniversities mostly like tikatarisa the situation we are living in the country financial zvinotonetsa kunyatsobata everything kuti uite chinhu uri kuchikoro imari. Ndiri munhu wechikomana pachikoro ndotodawo kutoona kuti ndaonekwawo ndaita sei zviri kungoitwawo nevamwe ndatokwana-kwanawo ndaita sei. So,
gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. I wish parents out there at home they are understanding and they are listening to your pleas. Own Your Image with Dr. Fungai Mtisi, where we are discussing challenges experienced by students at colleges and universities. Please don't go away. Welcome back. I'm now joined by Brian in the studio, who has been at university and now is working as a consultant. Welcome, Brian.
Welcome. Thank you, Director, for having me.
I want to find out from you, your life when you were a student and now, what is the difference?
The big difference is the economic situation that we have here in Zimbabwe. So being a consultant, having been a student for the past 6, 7, 8 years, I believe there are 3 stipends that need to be available. We are talking about the financial stipend, we are talking about the emotional stipend, we are talking about the vision stipend. On the vision stipend, we are saying as an individual, as you are putting it yourself, doctor, on your image, you need to be a person who knows where they are going. You need to be surrounded by people that actually vision pushers, vision improvers. So if you're a student and you are still at the university campuses, I'm actually advocating for you to actually look for people that can actually improve you. When this vision stipend, it actually comes back to as an individual. Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to achieve in life? What do you want to attain in life? It starts with your imagination. Once your imagination is perfected, these things of drugs that we are talking about, you will not actually touch those drugs because you know what you want to achieve in life. There are other professions that may not require you to have any criminal record. So we are saying if you want to be a lawyer, there's no way that you're going to be involved in any criminal activities. If you want to be, if you want to be a political activist, we are talking about actually your background. You need not to be involved in drugs. Those naked pictures that we are actually seeing on social media, it's because as an individual, as a student, you have not taken upon yourself to discover yourself, to create yourself, to create self-value so that you know where you want to be in life.
So in other words, you're saying a student has to know his or her own values before getting into the university?
Yes, before getting into the university, doctor. But it starts from you as an individual. You are not going to university to attain a certificate. You are going to university to actually nurture, to improve, to satisfy that vision that you have inside you, of you. So now the problem starts when as an individual, you have not discovered who you really are. So that certificate, that paper is not actually improving you. So when you go there, you meet a lecturer, you meet other people that are into drugs, you now want to be part of the crew, you want to be involved, just because you've not figured out who you are.
Okay.
That's where the problem emanates from.
You have spoken about the financial vision.
Yes.
Earlier on, we had students complaining of financial challenges. What do you think should be done to address that problem?
This financial stipend, it starts from home. There are parents there. This is your kid that you've taken to university. As a parents, I'm saying you need to be working for 3 types of income. We've got ordinary, we've got passive, we've got portfolio. Ordinary income, this is money that you get from your salary. If you are a parent and you're still working for ordinary income, in this tough economic environment we have in Zimbabwe, I don't see your child sustaining the life, that the pressure that we have in universities. It then means as a parent or as the father of the house, you need to improve, you need to jump into the bracket of portfolio and passive income. This is the money that we get from investments, portfolio, shares, bonds, writing books, consultants. You need to do something outside the box, even if the box is empty. That's why we are here as a brain. That's why Dr. Mtisi is there. They can nurture you to become the best version of parents that we have. And also on this financial stipend, we are saying the bigger parent is the government. The government has to play its role. There needs to be that reintroduction of grants. Students are actually suffering, but we've got a bigger parent that we are looking up to. We are saying, Father is the government. Please come in, chip in, provide that food allowance, provide that book allowance. If then the government plays its part, you as a parent are playing your part, then the kid has got a vision, as we're talking about. I don't see anyone jumping into drugs. I don't see anyone going after sugar daddies. I don't see any child being involved in these criminal activities or this drug abuse. It's because the financial stipend is there, the vision stipend is there. And then on the third aspect, we're talking about the emotional stipend. As a human being, we are not only this physical appearance, we've got an emotion, we've got a spirit that is behind us. So we are saying every child out there, you need to be able to create yourself a team. Because remember, alone you can only go as far as yesterday. And also good living is not the ability of eating good food, but this is the ability to mature in all aspects of life, financial, intellectual, emotional, physical, spiritual. So it then means as an individual, you need to take care of your emotions. But your emotions are actually taken care if the people around you are actually boosting your emotions. This also comes back to the government upon that bracket of emotional stipend. The government has to play its role. This is the bigger parent. Remember, the economy is to be viable. There need to be jobs out there. The industry needs to be up and running. Why am I saying this? Because remember, you're a student. I'm still studying, but I've got a friend who has actually left university. They're saying they don't have a job. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They're actually talking to me. I'm still doing my studies. This will affect my emotion. I will never concentrate on the box that are in front of me because I'm thinking of what my friend has told me. So at the end of the day, I'm saying, is this thing going to benefit me? Maybe. Let me just join these other girls that are going out to partying. Let me join these other boys that are into drugs. Maybe this will benefit me more than this box because the emotion has been affected by the bigger parent that is not playing its role. And also remember, we're also saying on this emotional stipend, we've got an university. There need to be structures. There need to be counseling department upon each and every university in Zimbabwe, where students can actually go in and out freely, where they are welcome, they feel loved, they feel part of the family. But some of this emotional imbalance that ends up children getting into drugs, it's because there's not that department in every university. There's not that department in primary schools. There's not that department in high schools. But it is a journey, university, but the journey starts from kindergarten up until you reach your university.
Yes. So, like what Kudzai and Tanya highlighted earlier on, that the parents are sending their children at the university. And parents, they feel sometimes that the universities should take part in safeguarding their children, especially if they come home non-smokers and come back from university being smokers.
That's why we're saying that counseling department is actually required. There needs to be a transparent system from kindergarten up to the university level. If you've got a counseling card that says you were not drinking, you were not smoking, then you go to high school, that card is actually your gate pass to high school. Then that card again is actually your gate pass to university. We've got a track record of a child here from kindergarten up and until they reach university. Now the problem, you can actually pick up the problem. Was it the high school where the problem started? Was it the university where the problem emanated from? So there need to be structures. That's why I'm saying a counseling department is of paramount importance in our university.
Brian, as we close off this discussion, what do you want to say to the people of Zimbabwe?
My last words to the people of Zimbabwe is, if you're a parent, if you're a child, you need to have a vision stipend within you. It starts from within you. You cannot be a parent that's not ready to take care of the child that they've brought on this earth. A child is a gift from God. Please do not misuse the gift by not providing the emotional balance, the financial balance, the physical balance, the spiritual balance.
Thank you so much, Brian, for coming to share with us your insights.
Thank you for having me. I believe two are better than one. Where I'm weak, I should substitute my strength for your weakness for my strength. Tomorrow is a better tomorrow for us.
There you have it. I'm sure at home you have walked the journey which students are walking. Please continue to follow us on our social media handles. We would like to know what you think with regards to the topics that we discuss here. Dr. Fungai Mtisi, I believe confidence is key to success. From myself and the crew behind the scenes, see you